Aha! Aha! What do you know from funny, you bastard?
The Jell-O program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston and Phil Harris and his orchestra.
Thank you. This is Groucho Marx. Well, here I am, stepping in over my head again.
With Fibber McGee and Molly.
Folks, this is just as new to me as it is to you.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny, this is Rochester.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Well, what an original greeting.
Hello and welcome to another week of comedy, funny, haha, on Dwayne Old Time Radio. One thing, please subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribing is 100% free. Also, one more thing, if you have a few seconds or 1 minute, please leave a review on your preferred podcast service, especially if you're on Apple, Spotify, or really just your preferred podcast service. Thank you and hope you enjoy. We're in the end of the month with Jack Benny. I know Christmas has already passed, but we're still in the Christmas spirit. Every day, every month. Christmas. The play is titled Christmas Gift Exchange. January 5th, 1941. And then Christmas is over, because now we're in October. This one is titled Train to L.A., October 19th, 1941.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Boxcar 711 Old Time Radio Pod. This is Bob Camarola, and I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of my listeners for their support and for the support of the great folks at Libsyn. From all of us here at Boxcar 711, from all of us to all of you, a very, very Merry Christmas, the top of the holiday season, and a happy and safe New Year. Boxcar 711 Old Time Radio, where the oldies are still young.
Program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with Moon Over Tarzana. Bright and gay and so exciting, quick and thrifty and inviting, full of flavor, rich and mellow, all together, this spells Jell-O. Yes, friends, Jell-O is certainly an all-around good dessert. It's a dessert that has everything. Rich, shimmering colors that tell you here's a mighty swell treat, and a world of grand, intriguing flavor. Flavor so pleasing, so refreshing, so downright satisfying, that it rivals the real juicy ripe fruit itself. Jell-O is easy to prepare, too. One of the simplest and quickest desserts you can possibly serve. And, of course, you can treat the family to a delightful Jell-O dessert for only a few pennies. So order Jell-O tomorrow, choosing any or all of Jell-O's 6 delicious flavors: strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, or lime. Incidentally, strawberry and raspberry Jell-O are now better than ever. Both have a new, improved flavor obtained by using a natural flavor base artificially enhanced. Try these grand flavors and enjoy Jell-O's rich, distinctive goodness. Serve a tempting mold of Jell-O tomorrow. overtar that up played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this being the 5th day of January, we bring you a man who is still doing his Christmas shopping, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, when you saw me in that department store yesterday, I wasn't shopping. I was exchanging some of my Christmas gifts.
Well, that's quite a coincidence. I was doing the same thing. Would you believe it, Jack? 3 different friends gave me electric razors.
Now, you think that's bad? I got enough bottles of cologne to have people whistle at me for the next 10 years. No kidding, Don. I must have gotten 25 bottles of that stuff.
Oh, what are you going to do with it all?
I gave it to Rochester, and he's going to throw a cocktail party. He mixes it with orange ice and calls it a Central Avenue lullaby. But when you saw me in that store, Don, I was only exchanging the gift Phil Harris gave me.
You were? Why, Phil told me he gave you a lovely present.
Oh, it was lovely, yes, but I don't know, I didn't feel right in it.
Oh, well, you shouldn't have exchanged it, Jack. You'll hurt his feelings.
I don't care whether I hurt his feelings or not. I'm too old for an Indian suit. I don't know what's the matter with Phil. He gives the darndest Christmas present. Last year, he sent me a manhole cover. Imagine a manhole cover.
Oh, yes, I remember that. What'd you ever do with it, Jack?
What could I do? I put Home Sweet Home on it and hung it on the wall. And I wish you could have seen what the... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Happy New Year, Don.
Same to you, Mary.
What about me? No wonder you wouldn't thank me for the swell time I showed you New Year's Eve. You didn't even phone me.
I want to do it big. I'm going to hire a skywriter.
It won't be necessary. You know, Don, I took Mary to the Wilshire Bowl, and boy, was I raring. At the stroke of 12, I grabbed a horn and blew the old year right out.
You did, huh?
Yep.
And at 12:01, Jack put the horn in his pocket and said, "Let's go home."
Mary, the only reason I suggested going home early was because I didn't want to have a hangover the next day.
A hangover from what? Breaking balloons?
Listen, Mary, don't try to give the impression that I'm an old dodo. I was the life of the party. I had you on that dance floor every minute.
Anything to keep me from eating.
You ate, sister. Believe me. You had the special T-bone steak with French fried potatoes and choice of 2 vegetables, including tax, $1.29. You know very well you had a swell time.
Okay, I had a swell time.
You're darn tootin'.
Say, Mary, is Jack a good dancer?
I couldn't tell. That was the first time I ever did the turkey trot.
That wasn't the turkey trot at all. I was doing the la conga.
The la conga?
Yes. Couldn't you hear me going? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, What'd you think that was?
I thought your rheumatiz was giving you the biz.
That was very funny, Mary. You know, I wonder why you and Phil don't quit this program and get one of your own. Harris and Livingston, every week an audition. You're too smart for this show. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Happy New Year.
Same to you, kid.
Is anybody in aspirin? Oh, boy, what a head I got.
Why, Dennis, I'm ashamed of you.
I bumped it getting out of my car.
Oh, I see.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. You can bump your head. I thought you meant you'd been celebrating too freely. By the way, Dennis, where did you go New Year's Eve?
I went there. Don't worry.
Oh. Okay. Say, I wonder what's keeping Phil.
You went where, Dennis?
Never mind.
I went there every night, just like you told me to.
All right. Say, Don, have you seen...
Dennis, where have you been going every night?
Mary, it's none of your business.
It's a good picture, all right, but, gee, I can't laugh all the time.
Dennis, please.
I'd rather go back to mowing your lawn.
Now, Dennis, I don't want to hear another word about it.
Why, Jack Benny, do you mean to say you've been sending the kid downtown to laugh at your picture every night?
Mary, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, Dennis, it's time for your song. So let's have it.
My girl laughed at Fred Allen, but don't worry, I kicked her.
Now, Dennis, everybody's waiting for your song, so let's have it, please. What's it going to be?
A brand new number called I'm Gonna Round Up My Love.
That'll be fine. Go ahead. And by the way, if your girl thinks Fred Allen is so funny, get another one. Mary, stop looking at me like that. Do you hear?
Oh, brother.
That kid wouldn't babble so much.
I'm a roaming cowhand, singing as I ride. For my gal I'm a-searching, and a-needing her by my side. I'm gonna round up my love, gonna win tonight in the prairie moonlight. I'm gonna round up my love, gotta make her agree who belong to only me. Then together we'll ride high, and together we'll sing low. Side by side, roaming the range, we'll go. I'm gonna laugh to my gal, gonna make her my pal. I'm gonna round up my love. Yippee, yippee, I ride high. Yippee, yippee, oh, sing low. Side by side, roaming the range, we'll go. I'm gonna laugh to my gal, gonna make her my pal. I'm gonna round up my love.
That was I'm Gonna Round Up My Love, sung by Dennis Day. There you are, Dennis. That was swell. You were in very good form.
Thanks, Jack.
Jack? Why, Dennis, what's come over you? You've always called me Mr. Benny.
Well, I saw so much of you last week, I feel like we're old friends.
Oh, I see what you mean. But you know, Dennis, I kind of like the idea of your calling me Mr. Benny. It adds a little dignity to the program and shows your respect for me.
Do you want me to call you Mr. Benny, too?
That won't be necessary, Mary.
Gee, I can call him Jack.
And now, folks.
Wait till the girls at the May Company hear about this.
Now, wait a minute. Don't get smart, Miss Livingston.
Oh, do call me Mary.
Now, cut that out. You asked me a question, I answered it. Now, let's forget it. Well, look who finally breezed in.
Hiya, Jackson. Am I late?
No, Phil. We realize that taking up a half hour of your valuable time once a week is quite an imposition.
Now, hold on, Jackson.
In fact, Phil, I think that next Sunday I'm going to have a microphone installed across the street in the pool room so you can say hiya, folks, without putting your cue down. Would you care for that?
Now, before you bawl me out, Jackson, I want to tell you that I'm a changed man. You're looking at the new Harris.
Oh, I am, eh?
I'm not kidding.
No.
On January the 1st, I made a resolution. I'm going to cut out smoking, cut out drinking, cut out gambling, and I'm going to cut out staying up so late.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. When are you going to cut out running after women?
When they stop running.
I thought so. Well, Phil, here's another resolution for you during this new year. Why don't you learn something about music?
You mean I should be like Stokowski?
No, Phil. All I ask is when you pick up a piece of paper that has lines across it and little black dots all over it, don't look at your boys and say, there's a spy around here. This stuff is in code. Little as they know, it embarrasses them.
Okay, Jackson, that'll be another one of my resolutions. Speaking of resolutions, Jack, I've resolved that during 1941 I'm going to find new ways to tell people about Jell-O.
You are, kiddo?
Yes. Instead of telling them about strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime, I'm going to mix them up and say strawberry, lime, raspberry, lemon, orange, cherry, and.
Oh, the and at the end. Gee, they'll never dream it's the old Jell-O show. Anything else, John?
Yes. Remember how I always used to say, look for the big red letters on the box?
Uh-huh.
Well, this year I'm going to say it backwards.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Box B on, letters read big, D for look.
Well, mouth my shut. John, that's a very novel idea.
Oh, thanks, Jack. I'm awfully glad you like it.
I'll see you get a raise for that. Backwards. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a number by Phil Harris and his orchestra, who will play it not backwards, not forwards, but in their usual manner. They will start in the middle and blast both ways. All right, Phil, let's have it.
Okay. Say, by the way, Jackson, I got my expense account on our New York trip all made out. You want to see it now?
No, Phil, I'll look it over later. What is the total up to?
$3,427.
Give me that. Let me see that expense account.
There you are. I got the whole thing itemized.
That's itemized. Itemized. If you don't mind, I'll look it over. Let's see here. Hotel room, $42 a week. That's reasonable. Meals for 2 weeks, $63. That's very reasonable.
You don't have to read it, Jackson. It's in perfect shape.
I'll just give it a quick glance. Now, let's see.
Hey, Jack, look. There's one item you can't complain about.
Where?
Right there. Laundry for 2 weeks, 37 cents.
Oh, yes. That's not bad. Let's see what else he has here. Bottle opener, 10 cents. Ice, $2.50. Bromo, $135.
What do you want us to play, Jackson?
Wait a minute, Phil. I'm not through yet. Taxi cabs, $11.50. That's okay. Charles Bagby, musical arrangement for orchestra, 37 cents. 37 cents?
That must be the same guy that does his laundry.
Yeah. See, what else is here? IGR, $45. $45? Phil, what's this IGR?
I got robbed.
My goodness, you don't expect me to pay for that. You don't expect me to pay for that, do you?
Oh, what are you beefing about? I never even charged you for bailing out my guitar player.
Oh, well, that's very sweet of you. Now, let's see. Well, here we are again. Bromo, 100. Phil, you and I will talk this whole thing over later. In the meantime, let's have a band number.
Okay.
Look at this next item, Mary. Elevator, $400. What could he want with an elevator? That was There'll Be Some Changes Made, played by Phil Harris and his orchestra, where there will be some changes made. And, Phil, getting back to your New York expense account, it's a ridiculous total, and I'm not paying for all of your hilarity.
Okay, Jackson. But as long as we're on the subject of dough, how about that $50 I won from you from the Rose Bowl game?
That you can take to court. I didn't see the game, Phil, so the bet's off.
I thought you'd squirm out of it. Well, Jack, I thought you told me you were going to the Rose Bowl game.
I did go, but I didn't stay.
Tell him what happened, Jack.
Mary, Don wouldn't be interested.
Oh, yes, I would. What happened, Mary?
Well, Don, it was like this.
There's a woman for you.
Jack got the tickets and told us to meet him in front of Tunnel 16 at 1:30.
1:30.
Well, anyway, Phil Dennis and I took a cab. But when we got to the bowl, Jack wasn't there yet. So we waited and waited and waited. You should have seen the crowd, Don. There were thousands of...
Programs. Names and numbers of all the players. Program, miss.
No, thanks. Come on, fellas, let's go in.
We can't go in. We got to wait for Jackson.
Yeah, he's got the tickets.
I don't see why he didn't come with us.
Well, you know how romantic Jack is. He's bringing his girlfriend Gladys to the game, and they're driving out alone in the Maxwell.
Say, that little waitress ain't so bad looking when she gets dressed up. I think that Jackson's stuck on her.
You said it.
Yeah, he said it.
Dennis, why don't you go get lost in the crowd?
Don't think I couldn't.
Hey, look, Mary, ain't that Jack and Gladys coming this way?
Oh, yes. Jack would be wearing a beanie. And get a load of that fur coat on Gladys.
Gee, Gladys, I never saw you looking so good. You're sure pretty when you're all dolled up.
Thanks, Speedy.
I mean it.
Get your programs here. Program, mister, 15 cents.
Oh, Speedy, can I have a program?
You're darn right you can. Here's a $50, buddy. Keep the change.
Oh, boy, now I get my toupee out of hock.
Well, here's the game, Gladys. Hiya, fellas. All set for the game?
Yeah, I've been waiting on you, Jackson. Come on.
Say, Gladys, you know Mary and Dennis, don't you?
Sure. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
See, Gladys has a pretty fur. Did you trap it yourself?
You know darn well I gave it to her for Christmas. Oh, pardon me, honey. Do you know Phil Harris?
Do I?
Hiya, Gladys. I'll have a ham on rye.
Now, Phil, cut that out. Not working today. Come on, fellas. Here's our game. Let's go.
Tickets. Hold your own stubs, please.
Here you are.
Oh, hello, Gladys.
Hello, Eddie. How are you?
Fine. Taking your old man to the game?
I'm not her old man. I'm her fella. Come on, sweetheart. Say, where's Dennis?
I'm stuck in the turnstile.
Now push it a little, for heaven's sake.
Here's Tunnel 16 over this way.
Oh, yeah.
Say, Gladys, are you still working at the Shamrock Cafe? No, I'm at a drive-in now. Speedy thought I ought to be outside where it's healthier.
Darn right. What's the use of being in California and not enjoy the sun? It's great for you.
Yeah, I wish I could get off the night shift.
You will, honey. Well, here's the entrance, kids.
Say, look who's here. Hiya, Gladys. Happy New Year.
Same to you, Lefty.
Lefty. Who's that fresh guy, Gladys?
Lefty Flanagan. Boy, can he drive a truck.
I can imagine.
Hey, look, there's a hot dog stand. Let's see.
Yeah, you want a hot dog, Gladys?
I'm not hungry right now.
Okay, we'll get him inside.
Better get one now, Gladys. You know Speedy.
That's Speedy. All right, I'll go over and buy the hot dogs. Everybody wait here so you won't get lost. Hey, mister, 5 hot dogs, please.
5 puppies coming up? Oh, hello, stranger.
Why, Shlepperman! Well, of all people, Shlepperman, are you running a hot dog stand now?
Look at my signs, Zetty boy. All the hot dogs you can eat for 10 cents.
That's fine, but how can you make money with an offer like that?
Taste one and you're tasting the answer.
Oh, Well, they're pretty tough weenies, eh?
What suitcase handles they would make?
Well, they still look good to me. Give me 5 of them.
Okay, what kind of mustard do you want?
Mustard? What kind?
Yeah, sure. I got strong, mild, and Chanel number 5.
Oh, mild, I guess. How much do I owe you?
5 hot dogs, 50 cents.
Well, that's fair enough. Here's $1.
Here's a quarter. Thanks for the tip.
You're welcome. So long, Slep.
So long. Get your red hat here. You ain't kept till you dine with Slep.
Well, here you are, kids. Take your hot dog.
Thanks, Jack. Here's my dime.
Keep it. Everything's on me today.
See, I'm thirsty. What are we going to drink with our hot dog?
Here you are, Gladys. Put that back in your pocket. Phil, just for once, why don't you see a football game where 4 teams aren't playing? Now, where's Dennis?
He'll be back in a minute.
Oh. Well, he's got his own ticket. Let's go in. Here's the tunnel.
Gee, it's dark in here.
Huh?
So dark in here.
Yeah.
Say, Speedy, remember the time we went through the Tunnel of Love at Ocean Park?
Oh, Gladys, for heaven's sake. Cut it out.
Oh, I'm sorry I slapped you.
Gladys, it's all over. Forget it. Now, come on.
Subs, please.
There you are.
Right this way.
Oh, hello, Gladys.
Hello, Nick. Where you been keeping yourself?
Oh, I've been around where you've been.
Come on. Show us our team. Listen, Gladys, you have to talk to every fellow you meet.
Oh, Speedy, you're so jealous.
I'm not jealous.
Here are your seats, mister.
Thanks. Say, these seats are all right, aren't they?
Yeah, right on the old 40-yard line.
Say, Jack, who's playing here today?
2 of the finest teams in the country. Stanford and Nebraska.
Then why does your pennant say love thy neighbor on it?
I gotta wave something, don't I? You know, I kind of like Nebraska.
Well, I'm for Stanford. You want to make a little bet, Jackson?
Yeah, I might.
Hey, Gladys, how are you?
Oh, there's Lefty Gordon. Hello, Lefty.
Another lefty. Don't you know anybody that's right-handed?
Well, I used to go with him.
Used to. You're going with me now. I wish you wouldn't talk to everybody.
Hey, Jackson, what about that bet?
Okay, Phil. You've got Stanford, and I've got Nebraska.
Oh, yeah, pal. Is this seat second, old pal?
Oh, fine. Yes, the young man has it. He'll be here in just a minute.
Oh, don't mention it, pal. Hey, friend of yours is a friend of mine.
This would happen to me.
How much dough you want to bet, Jackson?
Any amount you say, brother. Just name it.
Okay, $50.
50, eh?
Take another number, Phil.
Oh, no. If he wants to bet $50, it's okay with me.
Quiet. I want to hear the game.
The game hasn't started yet.
No, thanks. I never touch it.
How can you talk to a guy like that?
Look, Jack, here comes the Nebraska team.
Oh, yeah. Gee, they're a husky bunch of fellas.
Yeah, listen to that crowd.
Yes, sir. You know, Gladys, I'll bet there are 90,000 people here.
That's terrible. 90,000 people without a home. Oh, my God. 90,000 people.
What are you talking about? They've got homes. They're here for the game.
Oh, no. You're just saying that because I'm your pal.
You're not my pal. I never saw you before in my life.
No, thanks. I never touch it.
I don't know why I always run into one of these guys. Ignore him, Gladys.
I am Gladys, old pal,
Don't you dare speak to her. Here, hold my coat, Mary.
He's on the floor already. What do you want?
Well, he can't talk like that.
Hey, look, Jackson, here comes that good old Stanford team out on the field.
Hey, those boys look pretty good, too, don't they, Gladys?
Oh, they're a swell bunch. Hello, fellas.
What?
Well, I'll be darned. She knows the whole team.
Well, that's the last straw. I'm leaving. I'm not even going to stay and see the game.
Oh, Speedy, come
nothing. And let me tell you something else, Gladys. The next time you go out with me and say hello to every Tom, Dick, and Harry we meet, remember, prove the place.
So there you are, Don. That's exactly what happened at the Rose Bowl game on New Year's Day.
Jack really lost his head, huh?
He sure did.
Okay, I'm a fiery, jealous nature. What can I do? Play, Phil.
Okay, Speedy. Friends, before dessert at dinner tomorrow, why not serve the family a real surprise, something delightfully different, like apple snow Jell-O, a delicious combination of cold, spicy applesauce and crimson raspberry Jell-O. Or try apricot pecan layers, crunchy pecan meats and golden canned apricots molded in shimmering orange Jell-O. These are just two of the many grand treats that you'll find described in the new Calendar of Desserts book. In this big 48-page recipe book, you'll discover 365 suggestions for all kinds of novel and tempting desserts, pastries, puddings, cakes, cookies, and, of course, lots and lots of swell desserts made with delicious Jell-O. And this unique calendar of desserts is just as beautiful as it is useful, too, full of lovely paintings and handsome photographs in brilliant glowing colors. So be sure to send for your copy right away. Just mail 10 cents, just 10 cents, in coin or stamps to me, Don Wilson, care of General Foods, Battle Creek, Michigan, and this handy day-by-day recipe book will be forwarded to you at once. Don't wait until tomorrow, friends. Send 10 cents for your copy tonight.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
Phil Harris, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. The orchestra opens the program with The Romantic Guy I. Folks have been showering compliments on Jell-O for years, but today the shower has become a downpour. Everywhere you go, you hear people praising the new Jell-O and its wonderful new locked-in flavor. They say it's richer, more delicious than they've ever believed any dessert could be, and they're right. Because today's Jell-O is different, made better than ever. Up until now, gelatin desserts constantly faded in flavor while waiting to be used. But Jell-O's marvelous process locks all of Jell-O's full, rich goodness right into the little Jell-O particles. And time can't steal it away. Your first package will prove it. Open it. Notice that there's no heavy, fruity aroma, no sign of escaping flavor. But the instant you dissolve the Jell-O, you unlock its vivid, thrilling flavor, and out it pours for your pleasure. So order Jell-O, J-E-L-L-O, tomorrow. Look for the big red letters on the box, and be sure to get Jell-O. The flavor never goes away. We put it in, and it's there to stay. Played by the orchestra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this evening we would like to reenact for you the events which occurred on our recent trip from New York to Hollywood. As you all know, we did our last show from New York City, and the following day the whole Jell-O gang left for the coast. Jack had to check out of his hotel, the Swank Hampshire House on Central Park South, so he said he might be just a little late getting to the station.
This way, Rochester. I got to stop at the desk for my bill.
I'm moving as fast as I can, boss. This stuff's heavy.
What do you mean, heavy? Those two suitcases are half empty.
Yeah, but the trunk on my back is loaded.
Oh, stop complaining. That trunk isn't so heavy.
I wasn't bow-legged when I picked it up.
All right, set it down while I see what I owe here.
Okay.
Easy now. Let's see, I've been at this hotel 3 weeks. Gee, it's such a ritzy place. I'll bet my bill is terrific. Well, might as well ask for it.
Just 50 G's, boss.
I can take it.
Oh, yes, Mr. Benny?
I'm checking out of 22D, and I'd like to have my statement, please.
Oh, yes. Why, Mr. Benny, you didn't shave this morning.
I didn't have to shave. I don't live here anymore. Now, please give me my bill.
Just a moment, please. I'll get it from the cashier.
Thanks. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. I thought you were going to meet me out in front.
I'm waiting to pay my bill.
Oh, I better get you a slug of brandy.
Come back here. I don't need any brandy.
Good morning, Miss Livingston.
Morning, Rochester. Gee whiz, Jack, if you still got that old trunk, why don't you buy a new one?
Mary, I keep that trunk for sentimental reasons. My father gave it to me on my 16th birthday.
Well, at that, it held together better than you did.
No, I don't know about that, sister. Well, what do you say, clerk? Is my bill ready?
Here it is, Mr. Benny, and please don't cause a scene.
Don't worry, I'm just going to go over it. Now, let's see. Room, $12.50 a day for 21 days. That's, Rochester, where's my adding machine? Where is it?
I couldn't find it, boss. You must have left it at the store closed.
Oh, yes. Huh?
Say, Jack.
What?
You can't always trust those adding machines. Why don't you take Einstein around with you?
I don't even know Einstein. Say, clerk, my room is $12.50 a day, eh?
Yes, and stop dusting off my lapel.
No, pardon me. Well, what I'm getting at is, don't you give professional rates here? After all, I'm an actor, you know, like Ronald Colman or Spencer Tracy.
Or Harry Lauder.
Mary.
I'm sorry, Mr. Benny, but $12.50 is minimum on that room.
All right. Let's see. Restaurant, $34.50. Laundry, 28 cents. Newsstand. Hey, wait a minute. What's this item here? Newsstand, $15.
That was the day you got that good write-up in PM.
Oh, yes. Now, let's see.
Oh, look what time it is, Jack.
Word is write-up. It would have helped the gag a little bit, doesn't it? What is... See, what?
Look what time it is. Pay your bill. Let's get going.
Now, I'm not through checking off. Hey, what's this? $68 for phone calls to Birmingham, Alabama. I never called Birmingham.
They're waiting for us at the station, boss.
Well, I don't even know anybody in Birmingham.
So, we don't want to miss that train.
$68? What is this?
Come on, let's go.
Rochester, wait till I find out about these phone charges.
Now, don't worry, Mr. Benny. We'll investigate them, and if we're in error, there'll be a refund.
There better be. And I'll tell you something else. The prices here are something awful. Aren't they, Mary?
Yeah. Are you letting him get away with that 28 cents for laundry?
Well, that was a dress shirt. Rochester can't do pleats. All right, clerk. Here's your money.
Thank you. I got it, Mr. Hathaway.
All right, you got it. I can't figure it out. $68 for telephone calls to Birmingham, Alabama.
Let's go.
Yeah, we better get started. Come on, Mary, let's grab a cab.
I'm not going to get in a cab with you. You always want a neck.
Not in the morning. Come on, let's get out of here. Goodbye, clerk.
Goodbye, jerk.
Fine, I've been in this hotel 3 weeks. You can't even pronounce my name right.
Century Limited for Chicago. Now ready on track 20. Track 20.
My goodness, I hope Jack doesn't miss the train. He's got all the tickets.
Want some of my potato chips, Mrs. Wilson? No, thanks. Well, personally, Don, I think Mr. Benny has done a very bad job of managing this trip.
Now, Peggy.
The idea of putting you and me in one berth, that's sabotage. Want some of my potato chips, Mr. Wilson?
No, thanks. Well, Dennis, are you glad to be going back to California?
Yeah, but I gotta sleep with Mr. Benny, and he snores like anything. Oh, it's awful.
Well, why don't you put a pillow over his face?
I did. He snored a hole right through it. Gosh, I was spitting feathers all night.
Well, here we are. Oh, hello, Jack, Mary.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Don. Well, Mrs. Wilson, are you thrilled that you're going home?
I'll be thrilled if I make it.
Good. By the way, Mrs. Wilson, you notice I got you and Don a lower berth on the trip back.
Hooray.
I thought you'd be more comfortable that way. You see, a lower is wider than an upper.
Well, Don is wider than a lower. What are you going to do about that?
Now, Mary, as long as Don and Mr. Wilson are happy, that's all that counts.
I'm so happy I could punch her right in the nose.
What?
Now, Peggy, dear. Peggy, darling, control yourself.
Oh, let her alone, Don. She has a wonderful sense of humor. If she ever hit me, I'd fire Wilson so fast it'd make her head swim. Well, where's the rest of the gang? Where's Phil?
Phil and Alice are on the train. She was just mobbed by autograph hunters.
Oh, she was. Well, I can sympathize with her. I go through that all the time. Autographs.
I'm sorry I forgot today, Mr. Benny.
That's all right, kid.
Well, I'll be darned. Here comes Jack Benny.
Not now, Dennis. We gotta catch a train. But be on your toes when we get to Kansas City. Show Miss Fay something about autographs.
Last call, 20th Century Limited for Chicago. Now ready on track 20. Track 20. Oh, nuts. I'm going home.
Well, let's get on the train. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Miss Whipple?
Oh, come on. Let's go without her.
We can't go without her. She's sharing your berth. She's taking advance and she's coming along. Oh, Miss Whipple! Miss Whipple!
Come on, Jack. We'll be late.
Yeah.
Miss Whipple!
Here I am, Mr. Benny.
Well.
Gee, she's wider than Wilson.
Mary, it's only for 3 days. Come on, everybody. On the train. Now, Mary, don't blame me for this. In the picture you sent me, she looks very sick. Boy, look at that scenery. Just think, Mary. Here we are only 2 days out of New York, and we're in New Mexico. Want an orange, Mary?
What, again? No, thanks.
Gee, look at those mountains. You know, Mary, that's where I'd like to live. Right in those mountains. Close to nature.
Yeah.
Away from all the hustle and bustle of the city. That's the life for me, Mary.
Yeah.
The simple life. See, well, I'd live on beans. Beans and deer meat. Probably shoot the deer myself. And then someday, Mary, I'd be hiking through those mountains and I'd discover a gold mine.
I knew you weren't living on those beans for nothing.
No, there's no use talking to you. Look at the scenery, Dennis. Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Dennis, will you please stop yawning?
Well, the way you snore, Mr. Benny, I haven't slept for 2 nights.
Well, Dennis, what if I do snore? Sleep isn't so important. Thomas Edison never slept more than 5 hours a night.
Yeah, but he was inventing something. I just got to lay there and listen.
Well, invent something. Who's stopping you? Phil.
Hiya, Jackson. Ain't this scenery beautiful? Look at them mountains.
Yeah, we were just talking about them.
You know, that's where I'd like to live, Jackson. Close to nature. Why, I'd live on them beans and that deer meat and then go hiking all the time.
When you get to that gold mine, you're going to have a little trouble with Jack.
Mary, we can dream, can't we? Say, Phil, where's Alice?
She's in a dining car, autographing pictures. I tell you, Jackson, that gal is more popular than I am.
Well, that's sweet of you to admit it. Signing pictures, eh? You know, Mary, on my last trip to the coast, I handed out over 350 autographed pictures.
Yeah, but you had to give away dishes with them.
All right, a little cup and saucer. What does it amount to? So inexpensive. Well, Phil, wake up, Dennis. Well, Phil, by this time tomorrow we'll be in sunny California. Are you glad?
Yes, sir. I've had my vacation, and next Monday I'll be back in night school improving myself.
Oh, you signed up again, eh?
Yeah, I'm picking all new subjects this year, Jackson. Got geometry and chemistry and etiquette.
Etiquette?
You know, no peas on the knife and always give your seat to a broad.
I'd give $1,000 if Emily Post was here. Or were here. Which is correct, Mary? Was or were?
Oh, go shoot a deer.
Well, Phil, etiquette is one subject you can use.
Yeah, etiquette.
Dennis, pull yourself together. All you do is yawn, yawn, yawn. So sit up straight. People will think you're drunk.
Say, Jack.
What?
Look at this picture in Radio Guide. Fred Allen in a bathing suit.
Fred Allen? Let's see that. Oh, my goodness, get a load of those legs. They look like shillelaghs with hair. No kidding.
Well, at that, Jackson, he don't look no worse than you do.
What are you talking about? Look at me when I straighten up. Look, I got a very good figure.
Well, you should have. You're still wearing that corset from Charlie's aunt.
Well, Zanuck said I could keep it. Anyway, I don't even need it.
You know, Jackson, I'm getting hungry.
Me too. Dennis, peel me an orange.
I can't. I'm too weak.
All right, I'll do it myself. You want a nice, sweet, juicy California orange, Mary?
Don't build them up. I want meat.
Okay, let's go up the diner. Say, Phil, have you seen Don?
Yeah, he's up in the other car ahead with Peggy.
All right, come on, Mary. See you later, fellas. You know, Mary, I could kick myself for not bringing any pictures with me. Maybe I can... Whoop! Oh, hello, little boy.
Oh. Say, mister, are you Jack Benny?
Yep, that's me.
Gee whiz. You know, Mr. Benny, I listen to your program all the time.
Well, isn't he a cute little rascal, Larry?
Yeah.
Well, Sonny, what did you think of our first two broadcasts?
Don't worry, you'll get rolling.
Come on, Mary.
What's the matter, afraid he'll top you?
No, I'm not afraid he'll top me. Just believe the children should be seen and not heard, that's all. There's John at the end of the car.
I'm hungry, darling. Let's go in the diner and get something to eat.
No, Don, not until tomorrow.
But I'm starved.
We're not eating until we get home. Our berth is crowded enough the way it is.
Well, there you are. Oh, Jack. Jack, I've been working on my commercial for Sunday's show. Now, how does this strike you? Ladies and gentlemen.
That's fine, Don. And don't forget to mention the new locked-in flavor. By the way, Don, have you seen Rochester?
He's up in the next car talking to the porter. They're in drawing room D, I believe.
Hey, with Don and Peg.
Okay, see you later. Bum bing bum bum ba bing ba bum dum ding dum dum ba ding ba dum. What did that kid mean? I'll get rolling. Talking to the porter, eh? I warned Rochester about shooting dice. Let's see. Here's drawing room A. Here's B. C.
I tell you, Sylvester, I had the most wonderful time in New York I ever had in my life.
Is there much excitement in Harlem right now?
Brother, there's been excitement in Harlem ever since the Dutch moved out.
No wonder he couldn't do any work.
I used to stay in those nightclubs so late I'd get sunburned going home.
Say, that must have cost you a lot of that green stuff, Rochester. Where'd you get it all?
Well, I don't exactly work for nothing. You know, Mr. Benny gives me $400 a week.
$400?
No, oranges. I cash them in at the market.
He does all right. I grow the juiciest ones in Beverly Hills.
You know, Sylvester, there's a gal singing in a little nightclub up there. That's the most gorgeous thing you ever laid your don't deserve it eyes on.
No fooling.
And she kind of goes for me, too.
Describe her, son.
Well, teeth I don't have to tell you about.
Mm-hmm.
But did you ever see a cup of coffee with just the right amount of cream in it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hang a low-cut evening gown on it, and there it is.
That's all he thinks about.
Say, Rochester, what about that gal you used to go with? What's her name again?
Oh, you mean Susan Brown?
Yeah. Where is she now?
Oh, I get in touch with her once in a while. She's living down in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh-ho! Rochester!
Hello, boss.
Don't hello me. Now, Rochester, you were standing right there in the hotel when the clerk told me about that $68 telephone charge.
Oh, but boss.
Now, you owe me that money, Rochester. It's coming out of your next month's oranges. I mean, salary. And the next time you pull anything like that when we're on the road, you'll stay home. See you later. Of course, I should have suspected something like that. Birmingham, Alabama. Boy, it's sure crowded in here tonight. Everybody uses the washroom at the same time.
Hand me a towel, will you, Phil?
Here you are. Where's my toothbrush?
Say, look at the lights outside. We must be passing through a town.
Yeah, I wonder where we are. Hey, Dennis, look at that sign on the station. What town is this?
Waiting room.
Oh, fine. Waiting room, New Mexico. Where did I put my toothbrush?
Hey, Jackson, you ought to get a load of yourself in that night shirt. You look like an old-time Arab.
They wear turbans. I've got a cap on. Now, where did I... Dennis, did you see my toothbrush?
No, but here's your teeth.
That's just a bridge. Hand it over.
Watch out, kid. You'll get bit.
Oh, Phil, you're so clever. How do you ever think of so many brilliant remarks? You know?
One side, Grandma. I'll give you a hot foot.
Now, listen, Sonny, you just wait your turn. In other words, get in line, bud.
Hey, it's not Halloween yet. What have you got that costume on for?
I sleep in this. Now, scram.
Get going, Grandma. I gotta shave.
Say, what are you going to shave, a coconut? I can't top him, eh? The little brat.
Boy, am I tired.
Me too. Well, I guess we're all set.
Get moving, Grandma. I want to get some sleep before I get to Hollywood.
What are you going to Hollywood for, anyway?
I'm going to be a gag man for Bob Hope.
Oh, he's getting him young now, isn't he? Hand me my robe, Don. It's that green one with 7-Up on the back. There it is.
Here you are. Well, good night, Jack.
Good night, Don. Good night, Phil.
Good night, Jackson.
Oh, by the way, Sonny,
Yes, sir?
before you sign with Hope, I'd like to have a little talk with you. We'll have breakfast together. Come on, Dennis. Let's go to bed.
Okay.
Hey, Dennis, did you buy a Navajo blanket when we stopped in Albuquerque?
I haven't slept in 2 nights, and he wants me to buy a blanket.
Oh, that's right. You know, Dennis, that little kid has something on the ball. That grandma gag he pulled on me was pretty good. Huh?
Yeah.
I hope he hasn't got an agent. They always cause trouble. See, I think Mary and Miss Whipple are here in lower 5. Good night, Mary.
Good night, Jack.
Good night, Miss Whipple.
Good night, Mr. Benny.
Sleep tight.
How else can we sleep?
Don't complain. It's the last night. Well, here's our berth, Dennis. Crawl in.
Nothing doing. I get the outside tonight.
You had the outside last night. Don't you remember? You fell out 4 times. Now get in there.
Quiet, we're trying to sleep.
Oh, pardon me. Now, get in there, kid, and stop making trouble.
Okay. Gee whiz, Mr. Benny, there's no room here.
Put the oranges in the hammock. And if you eat any while I'm sleeping, watch the juice. Now, get in there.
Okay. Boy, I hope I can sleep tonight.
Oh, you'll sleep. I know I will. I'm tired. Are you comfy, Dennis?
Yeah, I'm all right.
It'll be good to get home.
You know, that little kid might not be a bad gag man at that.
Hope he shows up for breakfast. Boy, it feels good to stretch out here.
Darn it. Pardon me, Mr. Benny.
There you go, crawling over me again. If you can't sleep, I'll tell you a bedtime story. Now relax, close your eyes, and listen.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a poor little girl named Cinderella, and she went to a ball and married a prince. Now go to sleep.
Oh, boy, I'm exhausted. Say, I wonder if that kid wants a lot of dough.
Of course, they're crazy about oranges at that age.
Imagine Rochester calling up Birmingham, Alabama. You'd think that $68.
Well, here we go again. Tonight. Well, I might as well start counting sheep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a police dog. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Here's a dessert, friends, that's really something extra special. It's one of Jack's own favorites, a luscious combination of canned halves, peaches, and orange Jell-O. Just dissolve the orange Jell-O in hot water, as you usually do, and then fill 6 wide sherbet glasses about 1/3 full and chill. And when the Jell-O is firm, place the marshmallow in the center of each glass and cover with the peach half, rounded side up. Pour the remaining Jell-O over the peaches and chill until firm. And there's a perfect dessert, a delight to the eye and a thrill to the taste. Tomorrow, get a can of peach halves and a package of orange Jell-O and make up this delicious treat. Golden glistening peach halves embedded in rich orange Jell-O. Remember, Jell-O makes grand desserts like this even grander. Because only Jell-O's new locked-in process gives you all the flavor, always.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
Thank you for listening to and showing your support for my podcast. If you would like to receive notifications of when new episodes are posted, please subscribe to my channel. Well, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, stay safe, wish you well, and as always, peace.